Imagine a universe, not of stars and galaxies, but of thoughts, your thoughts, every fleeting idea, every profound realization, every silly daydream, all recorded perfectly. This isn't just science fiction, it's a future we might face. What if we could capture the very essence of consciousness, the human mind, that vast uncharted territory? Suddenly it could be mapped. Every peak of joy, every valley of sorrow, this technology would change everything. How we learn, how we connect, how we understand ourselves. Think of it, a perfect recall of every moment, every lesson learned, every forgotten name. No more lost ideas, no more misunderstandings based on misremembered words. It's a staggering thought, a library of human experience stored not in books, but in the raw data of our minds. But with great power comes great questions. What would it mean for our species? Would this unlock new potentials or create new dangers? The universe of the mind is as complex as the cosmos itself. Its exploration demands caution, it demands wisdom. We are on the verge of peering into this inner cosmos. The implications are truly astronomical. We must consider them carefully. Consider the scale. Billions of minds, trillions of thoughts every day, an endless stream of consciousness captured, archived, analyzed. Would this lead to a golden age of understanding or a brave new world of control? The journey to answer these questions has begun. We are explorers standing at the shore of an immense internal ocean, ready to set sail, or perhaps to pause and reflect. Our brains are wondrous things. They hold our memories, our identities. But how does memory even work? It's not like a video recorder. It's more like a dynamic living tapestry. Neurons, the brain's tiny messengers, fire in patterns. They connect, they form networks. These connections, called synapses, strengthen or weaken. This is the physical basis of memory. Learning and experience reshape our neural landscape. When you learn something new, your brain changes. Literally, new pathways are forged, old ones are reinforced. Think of it like etching a path in a dense forest. The more you travel it, the clearer it becomes. This is long-term potentiation, a key process in memory formation. Short-term memories are fleeting. They might last seconds or minutes. They are held in the prefrontal cortex. But for something to stick, it needs consolidation. Consolidation moves memories to more permanent storage, often during sleep. The hippocampus plays a crucial role here. It's like a temporary memory hub. It processes experiences and relays them to the neocortex for long-term storage. So a good night's sleep isn't just rest, it's essential brain maintenance. It's when your brain organizes its files, deciding what to keep, what to discard, or so we thought. Retrieving a memory is also an active process. It's not just replaying a file, it's more like reconstructing a scene. Your brain pieces together fragments of information. This is why memories can change over time. They can be influenced by new experiences or even by the act of remembering itself. Our memory palace is constantly under renovation. It is a beautiful, imperfect system designed by eons of evolution. So can we actually record thoughts? Not yet, not in the way we imagine, but science is making incredible strides. We have tools that listen to the brain. Electroencephalography, or EEG, measures electrical activity. Electrodes are placed on the scalp. They pick up the chorus of firing neurons. It's like listening to an orchestra from outside the concert hall. You hear the music, but not individual instruments. Then there's functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI. This technique measures brain activity by detecting changes in blood flow. Active brain regions need more oxygen. fMRI shows us which parts are working hard. It gives us a map of brain function, but it's slow and the machines are huge, not exactly a portable thought recorder. These tools show us activity is, but not the precise of thoughts. Brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, are more direct. Some BCIs use implanted electrodes. These can detect signals from individual neurons or small groups. Scientists have used BCIs to help paralyzed individuals control robotic arms or type messages using only their thoughts. This is remarkable. It's a direct line to the brain's commands, but it's still a long way from recording complex abstract thoughts or a lifetime of memories. The challenge is immense. The brain has billions of neurons, each with thousands of connections. Decoding this complexity is a monumental task. Future technology might involve nanobots, tiny machines swimming through our brains, recording neural activity at an unprecedented level of detail, or perhaps advanced optical techniques, using light to read neural signals. The quest to listen to our neurons is just beginning, but its pace is accelerating. If we could record every thought, a universe of ethical questions opens. Who owns your thoughts? You, the company that made the recorder, the government. This is fundamental. Our minds are often seen as the last bastion of privacy, the one place we can be truly ourselves, unfiltered, unjudged. What happens when that sanctuary is breached? The concept of cognitive liberty emerges, the right to mental self-determination. Consider consent. Would you consent to having your thoughts recorded always? Sometimes, what if it's required for a job or for access to certain services? The pressure to conform could be enormous. And what about children? Can they truly consent? Or individuals with diminished mental capacity? The potential for exploitation is vast. Coercion could take on entirely new, insidious forms. We must guard against this. Then there's the problem of interpretation. Thoughts are complex, fleeting, often contradictory. A raw thought taken out of context could be deeply misleading. Imagine your worst momentary thought presented as definitive proof of your character. This could lead to terrible injustices. We filter our thoughts before we speak for good reason. Society relies on this internal editor. What if the editor is bypassed? And what about the potential for misuse by authorities? Governments could monitor dissent before it's even spoken. Thought crimes could become a reality. Not just actions, but intentions could be punished. This is a chilling prospect. It could stifle creativity. It could suppress individuality. The very freedom to think, to question, to imagine alternatives could be at risk. These are not small concerns. They strike at the heart of human freedom. Section 5. Farewell privacy, life in a glass head. Privacy as we know it would be utterly transformed, perhaps even eliminated. Imagine a world where your every passing thought is accessible, your deepest fears, your secret crushes, your uncharitable judgments, your moments of doubt, all laid bare. There would be no inner sanctum, no private mental space. Every individual would live in a metaphorical glass head for all to see, or at least for some to access. The very definition of private would need to be rewritten. Currently, privacy laws protect our homes, our communications, our data. But thoughts, they are considered beyond reach. If thoughts become data points, they become subject to collection, to analysis, to surveillance. Data brokers who currently trade our online behavior might one day trade our thought patterns. Targeted advertising could become targeted thought shaping. This constant scrutiny could change how we think. We might self-censor, even in the privacy of our own minds. If every thought is potentially public, we might try to think acceptable thoughts. This could lead to a homogenization of thought, a loss of the weird, the quirky, the revolutionary ideas that often begin as private musings. The pressure to maintain a perfect mental image could be immense and exhausting. Could there be any upside for privacy, perhaps in limited, controlled ways? For example, someone with a memory disorder might choose to record their thoughts for personal recall, but the overarching fear is loss of control. Once the technology exists, history shows it tends to spread and be used in ways its creators never intended. The allure of knowing for individuals and institutions might be too strong to resist. Privacy could become a forgotten luxury. Section 6. Hearts on display, relationships in perfect clarity. Our relationships are built on a delicate dance, a mix of honesty and carefully chosen words. We don't always say everything we think. Sometimes this is for the best. It protects feelings. It maintains harmony. What if this delicate dance was replaced by total mental transparency? Imagine knowing exactly what your friends, family, or partner truly think of you. Every moment, every fleeting annoyance, every secret desire. On one hand, it could lead to unprecedented honesty, no more guessing games, no more misunderstandings based on unspoken assumptions. You would know their true feelings, their true intentions. This could foster deeper, more authentic connections. Deceit would become nearly impossible, lies would be instantly apparent. Relationships could be built on a foundation of absolute, unshakable truth, a truly naked intimacy. But this absolute truth could also be devastating. Some thoughts are better left unshared. A momentary flash of anger, a fleeting doubt. These are part of being human. But if exposed, they could cause irreparable damage. Could relationships withstand such constant, unfiltered scrutiny? Would we become overly sensitive, or perhaps desensitized and callous? The social graces we've developed over millennia might crumble. Perhaps we would adapt. Perhaps new social norms would emerge. Maybe we'd learn to filter the incoming thoughts of others, or to be more forgiving of the raw, unfiltered nature of thought. But the transition would be tumultuous. Trust, a cornerstone of any relationship, would be redefined. It would no longer be about believing what someone says, but about accepting what they think, even the uncomfortable parts. It's a monumental shift. Section 7. The courtroom of the mind, justice through a new lens. The justice system strives for truth. What if we could access the ultimate truth? The thoughts of the accused, the memories of witnesses. Imagine a trial where a defendant's thoughts at the time of a crime are presented as evidence, or a witness whose memories can be replayed, free from the fallibility of human recall. This could revolutionize the pursuit of justice, potentially ending wrongful convictions and ensuring the guilty are caught. No more he said, she said. The raw data of thought could, in theory, provide irrefutable evidence. Intent, or mens rea, is often the hardest thing to prove in court. Thought recording could lay it bare. Did the person intend to commit the crime, or was it an accident? The technology could offer a window into their state of mind. This could lead to fairer, more accurate judgments. The scales of justice, finally perfectly balanced. However, the challenges are enormous. Are thoughts reliable evidence? We've discussed how thoughts can be fleeting, irrational. Context is everything. A dark fantasy is not the same as a plan. How would a jury interpret raw thought data? Could it be manipulated? Could false memories or thoughts be implanted? The technology itself would need to be infallible, and its interpretation free from bias, which is a very tall order. Furthermore, the implications for legal rights are profound. The right to remain silent, protection against self-incrimination. These could be rendered meaningless. If your mind can be searched, what protections remain? Could someone be convicted for a thought crime, planning a crime, even if never acted upon? The justice system would need a complete overhaul to accommodate this new form of evidence and to protect fundamental human rights in a world where thoughts are no longer private. Section 8, the double-edged cortex, humanity's great thought experiment. The potential benefits of recording every thought are truly captivating. Imagine the breakthroughs in understanding mental illness. We could see the patterns of depression, the storms of schizophrenia directly. This could lead to far more effective treatments, personalized therapies. Education could be revolutionized. Students could instantly access and integrate knowledge. Complex skills could be learned with astonishing speed. Creativity could flourish as no idea is ever lost. Preserving human legacy takes on a new dimension. Imagine being able to access the thoughts of history's greatest minds, Einstein, Da Vinci, not just their writings, but their thought processes, their moments of inspiration. We could learn from them directly. For individuals, it means a form of immortality. Your consciousness, your experiences, preserved long after you're gone. A gift to future generations, or a library of souls. But the burdens are equally heavy. The risk of societal control is immense. A totalitarian regime with access to thought records could crush dissent before it even forms. Individuality could be eroded. The pressure to conform, to think correct thoughts might become overwhelming. What if your thoughts are deemed unproductive or subversive? The subtle nuances of human thought could be lost in a sea of data, categorized and judged. Mental health could also suffer in unexpected ways. The burden of perfect recall might be too much. We forget for a reason. Some memories are traumatic, some thoughts are painful. To have them constantly accessible, perfectly preserved, could be a curse. The inability to escape one's own worst thoughts. The pressure of knowing others can see your mind. This could lead to new forms of anxiety, new psychological stresses, a world without the solace of forgetting. Section 9, To Know or Not to Know, Charting the Inner Cosmos. We stand at a precipice, gazing into the vast inner cosmos of the human mind. The power to record every thought is a concept of cosmic proportions. It promises a universe of understanding, of connection, of progress. It could unlock secrets of consciousness, heal broken minds, bridge the divides between us. A future where thought itself is an open book, available for all to read, or at least for some to access. Yet this same power carries the weight of galaxies, the potential to crush privacy, to redefine relationships in ways we can't yet fathom, to transform justice into an instrument of mental surveillance. The ethical dilemmas are as numerous as stars in the night sky, each one demanding our careful consideration, our profound reflection. Do we truly want to know everything? To have everything known? Some doors, once opened, can never be closed. There is no simple answer, no easy path forward. The allure of complete knowledge is powerful, but the sanctity of the inner self, the freedom to think unobserved, is a core part of what makes us human. Perhaps true wisdom lies not in knowing every thought, but in choosing what to share, and respecting the unseen, unrecorded universe within each of us. The human mind is a place of wonder, and perhaps some of its beauty lies in its mystery. Ultimately, the question is not just about technology, it's about who we are and who we want to become. As we chart the outer cosmos, we learn about the universe. As we consider charting the inner cosmos, we learn about ourselves. The choice, should it ever become real, will define humanity's future. A future filled with either unprecedented enlightenment or unimaginable intrusion. The universe within awaits our decision. Let us choose wisely.